Greetings citizens of the world, we are anonymous. In this video we will expose the ties between the Rockefeller family and the chemistry and pharmaceutical industry. The Food and Drug Administration began life as the Division of Chemistry, and was later known as the Bureau of Chemistry, long before changing its name to the FDA. It is believed that its name was changed to conceal its chemical industry agenda. It has always provided a type of legal immunity for companies that put chemicals into foods, and to pharmaceutical companies through its so-called approvals, which leave citizens without legal recourse against the chemical industry. These are the original chemists from the Bureau of Chemistry, in 1909, that later became the Food and Drug Administration. Its true job was, and is, to approve and sanction products from the chemical industry, and thereby legally shield the chemical industry from us by declaring what is safe. They routinely privately gather data to share with their chemical industry partners to mitigate liability, for example, contamination information that they hide from the public. These are public relationship issues for them. Good luck winning a case in a United States court against a billion-dollar chemical company whose products are FDA approved, and given a generally recognized as safe harbor status. These shield the chemical companies and give them plausible deniability. The modern FDA came into being in 1913, the same year that the Rockefeller Foundation was created. The FDA works hand in hand with the Rockefeller Foundation and the American Medical Association. The Rockefeller Foundation was founded in 1913, with its main emphasis upon medicine and medical education. The initial Rockefeller Medical School donations totaled over $550 million. In 1928 alone, the Rockefeller Foundation gave money to 18 medical schools across 14 countries. Its partners at the FDA began an aggressive campaign of suppressing medicines that competed with the chemical industry. I never have and never will approve a new drug to an individual, but only to a large pharmaceutical company with unlimited finances, said Dr. Richard J. Krut, director of the FDA's Bureau of Drugs, in January 1982. Suppressed were natural medicines that their industry could not legally control and monopolize with drug or chemical patents. Natural substances can never be patented. This is why every natural and non-toxic therapy is automatically called quackery by the FDA, the chemical industry and by the medical establishment. Only unnatural, non-organic and toxic chemicals may be patented, and thus, non-toxic medicines are a threat to the business of medicine. In 1919, a $5 million Rockefeller Foundation gift to certain Canadian medical schools helped bring Canadian medical education to the 20th century, McGill University Press said. Medicine was not the lucrative market that it is today, so medical schools were begging for the Rockefeller grants that were being handed out to compliant schools. Compliance to the Rockefeller stipulations required abandoning traditional and natural medicines in lieu of a new generation of petrochemicals for drugs, and trashing entire libraries of past procedures. What happened was a preamble of book burnings elsewhere, and in some cases, the FDA did, indeed, have book burnings. Those were dangerous times for traditional naturopathic, non-chemical industry doctors. All dissenters who embraced the old-time tested holistic and naturopathic methodologies of healing would henceforth be demonized as quacks in formal medical training. That was despite of some of those quacks having Nobel Prizes in medicine, and vastly superior results. It was a carrot and stick strategy. Compliant schools were given the carrot, Rockefeller money. Competing doctors got the stick, FDA, police actions. Some doctors died in prison for having cured patients with unapproved medicine. It is still happening. At stores selling organic non-chemical foods, certain cancer-killing vitamins or even raw milk. It is not just the doctors with cures anymore. Curing is illegal, by the way, since no cures are ever approved. Cures mean freedom from chemical dependence, freedom from them. An unholy alliance was formed between the American Medical Association, the Food and Drug Administration and the Rockefeller Foundation to ensure compliance from the medical schools. The Rockefeller Foundation frequently insisted that medical schools place Rockefeller employees on their board of directors. The General Education Board of the Rockefeller Foundation, also approached in 1914, pledged $500,000 on the condition that the university raised $1.5 million by January 1, 1916 and paid clinical faculty, allopathic doctors only, on a full-time basis. With the Brady money and the hope of GEB funding, the Yale Corporation and Hospital signed the affiliation contract with the hospital before the deadline of July 1, 1914. The new legally enforceable medical monopoly paralleled the past Rockefeller monopoly from the petrochemical industry of times past. Instead of owning all petroleum, the Rockefeller empire now controlled virtually all medicine. He owned lion's share of the chemical industry, which would later be called the pharmaceutical industry. Throughout his life, John D. Rockefeller Sr. refuses to take his own medicine. He used traditional holistic medicines for his own health. Alongside many of his friends at the FDA and the AMA. After the hijack of the medical schools, the true carnage of polio, heart disease and cancer exploded. I had a brain cancer specialist sit in my living room and tell me that he would never take radiation if he had a brain tumor, and I asked him, "But do you send people for radiation?" And he said, "Of course, I'd be drummed out of the hospital if I didn't," said Dr. Ralph Moss, winner of 1937 Nobel Prize for Medicine, the discoverer of vitamin C. Albert Szent-Györgyi said the American Cancer Society tried to ruin his research foundation. Guess when this organization was founded and by whom? It was founded by John D. Rockefeller Jr., in that magic year 1913, while donating at Harvard University. Do you believe that they will someday announce a cure, and cut themselves off from the truckloads of money? A better question would be, why vitamin C was a threat to their mission. According to the US Census, cancer is the second largest killer in the United States, but most of those people die from the treatments, not the cancers. Pharmaceutical drugs are the fourth largest killer. The US has the most dangerous, and yet the most expensive medical system in the world. It causes 60% of all US bankruptcies. Dr. Robert Atkins, creator of the Atkins diet, said there is not one, but many cures for cancer available, but they are all being systematically suppressed by the ACS, the NCI and the major oncology centers. They have too much of an interest in the status quo.